Hey, my name's Chris Lambert. I'm co-host of Watching the Throne, a lyrical analysis of Kanye West. And, on the podcast, we do narrative and thematic deconstruction of Kanye's discography, album by album, track by track, line by line. And that's caused a lot of people to ask us thoughts on other albums, insight on other albums, perspective on other albums. And it's about time we answered those questions and do so in a way that nowhere else is doing. The criticism that has been needed, that's been missing, that's necessary, we're going to do that. We're going to deliver that better than anybody else. This is game changing. And I'm so happy you're going to be part of this. And I'm so sorry you're about to be part of this. But album after album, we're going to review in a way that nobody else does, and that in the future everyone else will, because this is the way criticism should be. Oh God. So the album that is being reviewed today, it has the honor of being reviewed today, is 1989 by Taylor Swift. And you may be wondering what other reviewers in their classical ways gave that album. Fantano, he did a rundown and didn't even give it a score. Just said it's plain like vanilla ice cream. You may be wondering, like Pitchfork, what did Pitchfork say? Pitchfork didn't even give it a score. Neither did Fantano. They just ranked it number 31 of 50 in the best albums of 2014. So today you are getting a score for 1989, the score you've been wondering about, the score you've needed in order to finally figure out how you feel about this album, because that's not something you could do without our guidance. No, not at all. Okay. So here is the review, track by track, through 1989 by Taylor Swift. The 2014 album that, oh man, what an album. So, my honest review, rhyming review. Welcome to New York. Listening to it, my response was, I want some pork. Blank space, it cranked my face. It just cranked my face off. Style, it was so meaningful to me that it made me want to name my first child Kyle. That's the power of style. Out of the woods, seeing what I wrote down. It's hard to remember all of these dumbass rhymes. Out of the woods, I just wrote about childhood. I don't know what that even fucking means. Out of the woods, about childhood. It doesn't really rhyme that well. But woods is a terrible thing. Anyway, out of the woods made me think about childhood. All you had to do was stay. What did I write here? Call when mad. All you had to do was stay. You made me think about calling somebody when I was mad, and that time I chased John Woo away. That song had me thinking about chasing John Woo away, which is something I never wanted to do, never thought I'd have to do, but it was something I did. The man had to get out of here. Shake It Off. It felt like when you bake and cough, like when you just take a hit that's way too much smoke and then you just cough and cough and cough, and the coughing sucks, but then you're really high, and that's kind of cool. So Shake It Off is, baking and coughing. I Wish You Would. It's the rare song that captures what it's like to fish in the redwoods. Not many songs can capture fishing in the redwoods, but I Wish You Would does do that. Bad Blood is kind of like a mad Elmer Fudd. You know, Elmer Fudd, the hunter that's always trying to murder Bugs Bunny, was a lovable goon. And when he was mad, it was so much fun, you know? What's up, Doc? So Bad Blood, Mad Elmer Fudd. Who can deny that? Wildest Dreams? It had my bile duct tearing at the seams. Horrible song. Just a god-awful fucking song. How You Get the Girl? Have you ever been in the situation where you saw a cow in Las Vegas placing a bet with a squirrel? That is the equivalent of How You Get the Girl. It's that bemusing and confusing when you see a cow at a table and it just puts a squirrel down and is like, that's my bet. This Love had me wishing for doves. The kind of doves that John Woo uses in movies like Face Off. That's what I wanted. Yeah, so This Love gave me that experience of wanting and wishing for doves. This is so dumb. Clean. What? No, I Know Places. I Know Places is a cool song. It's the kind of cool, like somebody that's wearing dino laces, like dinosaur laces on their shoes. Like you see somebody wearing some Yeezys, but instead of having the typical Yeezy laces, they have dinosaur laces. You know that person is fucking cool. I Know Places is that fucking cool. Now, Clean, it's goofy. Kind of like the Dean from Community, Dean Pelton. So that's Clean. It's the song and sonic equivalent of the Dean. Wonderland. So the production on Wonderland just really had me thinking about thunderous sand. Just sand that thunders. That thunderous sand is a rare and unique thing, and Wonderland is a rare and unique song that captures that. You Are in Love. Once again, had me thinking about John Woo and doves. There's a lot of that on this album, which John Woo wasn't even famous for using doves in 1989. So it's kind of crazy that so much of this album ties back into John Woo's discography and the use of doves. And lastly, the last song on 1989, New Romantics, is kind of like a conversation that people are having about blue semantics, right? Like you're looking at a wall and somebody's saying, it looks cerulean to me. And somebody's like, no, that's clearly azure. And somebody else is like, no, that's aquamarine. And you're like, it's blue. And somebody's like, stop with the semantics. It's blue. It's blue. No blue semantics. And New Romantics is kind of like that conversation, right? Absolutely. So with all that said, I would give this album, with its 16 tracks and its heavy emphasis on John Woo, out of 10, a 0 because there's no Kanye. Not any Kanye. So fuck this album. That's it for the review. Until next time, goodbye.